some vengeance, guys. What's up? What's up? Sorry. I was a little busy there, losers. I'm kidding, guys. You're not losers. You're my fans, viewers, friends, whatever. Welcome. I'm back again. Let's talk pop. Let's talk pop again, guys. Episode 130. Okay. What's up? I hope you're all doing good, guys. I really, really do. Uh, we're gonna get into this. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Do all that, please. We're gonna get to talking about a lot of things, pop culture wise. I'll talk about piss drinking his piss again. Yes, I think that's very important. Very important, Red. That's very important. All right. We're going to talk, I don't know, Peacemaker, Pissmaker, Predator, Tangled, Friday Night, Freddy, I don't whatever. Five Nights at Freddy, that just dropped. We'll talk about Jumanji 3 just got announced. Okay, we're going to talk about some things here. All right, shout out. So, okay. All right, okay, so let's get talking about Predator Badlands before Blinded comes on. All right, this is surprising to me. So yeah, this movie is starring Elle Fanning. Okay, Elle Fanning, half sister of Dakota family. Predator Badlands. I'm gonna go short on this. 5 minutes on this. Okay. I don't know about this movie. I don't know about Elle Fanning. Honestly, I think her sister's a better actress, personally. But that's just me. But that's not the issue. I'm not going to talk about her. But the idea is becoming PG-13. PG-13. Why is this movie PG-13? Having everyone accept blind. Why is this movie PG-13? Why is Predator Badlands PG-13? Let me read that. Also, this movie comes out when? November? November 7th. Why is meant to be a PG-13 movie? What do you expect? Oh, so they don't have any humans in the movie. Oh, that's the reason why. Okay, so I guess that's the reason why. As long as it's alien blood, it's okay. Okay, it's okay to make it PG-13. Wait a minute. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So if they have to use human, oh, so yeah, okay, makes sense. Alien blood, non-human blood, humanoid blood. It could be PG-13. Okay, we're allowed to give it PG-13. So rated R would be human blood. Human blood. Okay. That's why we see in movies with aliens or PG-13, we see torn limb bodies off aliens or decapitation of aliens because they're alien, not human. Okay, and if they want to make that, if they want to make humans look, if they want to do humans like that, it has to be rated R. So all the characters, not the predators, but the characters in this film are not human. Okay, so that's the reason why. Okay, I don't know, Red. I don't know this. I don't know what. The thing is about Predator, I like the freaking human aspect of Predator. The warrior Predator up against a human. The Predator takes out the humans. There's always that one human that stands tall over the predator, right? One, and the predator shows a sign of respect. I've always liked it about Predator, but I guess they're botching it. I don't know. I I guess that's all I have to say about that. Come in now. I don't know. This just sounds so freaking lame, if you ask me. Okay. That just sounds so lame, if you ask me. Really, just the human aspect of Predator. It's not about. I mean, obviously, people want to see the Predator, but it's about the humans too, dealing with the Predator, right? Like the humans are important to the Predator. That's 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 what I like about Predator. Is what people like about Predator is how the humans interact with Predator. How the okay, that's it. The connection between the humans and the Predator. But there's no humans in this. There are what are they called? Sympathetic? Are they synthetics? Synth. Okay, yeah, they're a synth. The first remote planet, a young player outcast from finds a lucky ally in Thambers. Oh, so yeah, so I'm reading a premise. A predator who's been kicked out from his clan finds an unlucky ally in Thea and embarks on treasures during the search of the ultimate adversary. That's the story. Okay. Weird. And it's directed by Dan Trachtenberg. Well, actually, Prey wasn't bad. Oh, he didn't do Prey. No, he did do Prey. Prey wasn't bad. Predator Killer. Who's it? Okay, so all right. So that's the premise. Really? No one said hello to Red. Nobody does. All right. Okay, that's the premise of the story. Okay. We'll see how a predator interacts with not a human, a synthetic. Prey. Yeah. So pray. I'm kidding, guys. Pray. Pray for me, guys. Pray. 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 Pray for the AWO. All right. Moving on from that. Moving on from pray. I don't know. Get some things out of the way. I guess Tangled's back in the picture. Disney wants to do a live action Tangled movie that was reportedly greenlit a couple of years ago. I think 2023 or maybe 2024. And they were looking at Florence Pugh. Was it Florence Pugh? As a lead actress. Well, then apparently the film became on the back burner. Now, as of yesterday, it looks like they decided, you know what? Let's put this out there. Let's think about making this movie. And the reports came out. They're looking at Scarlett Johansson as the mother. So Scarlett Johansson as the mother. Can you imagine? Scarlett Johansson's the mother and Nick Florence Pugh in it. Like Natasha's daughter is Yelena. Oh, okay. Okay, Tangled. I don't know, man. Like the live. I mean, I'm not surprised. Lilo and Stitch did well. Live action Lilo and Stitch did well. Live action Mona did well. So they're gonna give it a shot. Obviously, they're gonna give this a shot. The only live action movie that didn't do well, as a fairy tale, was Snow White. That's because there's a lot of controversy going into that movie. that I don't want to get into, but I'm sure you're aware how that movie was doomed to fail due to a lot of behind the scenes stuff, due to a lot of people working on that film. I know that, Hunter. All right. All right, that's about it for that. All right, Blinded, I sent you an invite. Come in, let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. All right. And then, yeah, Minecraft. Minecraft. I think I'll just mention that. Blinded, come in if you can. Uh, Minecraft is coming out in 2 years. 2027, July. Okay, I'm not surprised. The first movie. This not barely, did not touch the $1 billion mark. It barely fell under it. I mean, it did fall under the $1 billion mark. It was in the $900 million range, so it's one of the highest grossing movies of this year. So yeah, Minecraft is coming out July 23rd, 2027. I think that might be the same day as The Simpsons. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So obviously obviously not surprising. That's not surprising. Of course they're gonna do a sequel. I mean, a $900 million hit, right? Now I've seen the movie. It's particularly not that good of a movie, in my opinion, but yeah, Superman, Minecraft, two Warner Brothers. They're gonna generate a lot of money that year. They're gonna generate at least $1.5 billion that year, at least that month. But it's certainly not a good movie. It's certainly not a good movie. But you don't go to that movie expecting like it to be a good movie. It was just a fun, okay movie for the young audience, kids. It's one of those movies. It's like seeing Mario. Mario made $1 billion. Mario's not particularly a good movie, but that was not the intention. The intention was just to have a fun movie. It was. You don't go there expecting you don't have going to see a Minecraft movie. You don't go in there having the same expectations that we have to see a Marvel or even DC movie. That's not what we get from Minecraft. But I'll probably see a sequel. I admit I will probably see a sequel. The thing is, if it's on the same day as Simpsons, the memes made the movie. It's the same day as the Simpsons. What do I see? Do I do a double? A double? Do I do double that day? Or do I go see two movies in 1 week? This is separate days. I don't know. That's 2 years from now. Why do I have to make a decision on that from now? That's 2 years from now. Things could change in 2 years. Things can massively change in 2 years. Right? Obviously. Things can massively change in 2 years. I'm just curious why. I'm curious why Warner Brothers would want to release Minecraft 2 and Superman in the same month. I know those two movies in the same month would generate tons of revenue, tons of money, box office rise, tons like that. But I still find it kind of weird. Okay. Now, honestly, guys, I know Minecraft is popular, but I don't know if Minecraft 2 is going to make more Minecraft 1. And this is obviously very early predictions, very, very early hot take. My reason for that, why 2 may not make as much as 1, a couple reasons. The first one with the memes, the fanfare, all that. They just want to see the movie, right? So people were interested. People that like about Minecraft, and obviously it was getting so much attention on social media. Okay, for like a month, it was getting so much attention. But once you really see the movie, it's not particularly a good movie, right? Particularly not a good movie. Look, there's some characters I like. I like Jason Momoa's character in it. That's okay. I like Jason Momoa's character, but if you really think, I don't think Minecraft 2 has a staying power, as Minecraft would suggest. That's my thoughts on Minecraft 2. Hey, Blind, what's up?
What's up? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. What's with Rick Flag, man? Why was he not like? I should. But they should use Rick Flag like, Junior. I mean, he should have escaped. We all thought he was gonna. We all thought Rick Flag Senior was gonna end up seeing his son from Planet
Yeah,
X, Earth X.
yeah. I thought we would have gotten that closure, I guess. But oh shit, is
What?
Marvel Rivals glitched? Oh shit, I can't get into the fucking.
Servers down or is this glitch?
I think it's just glitched. It says press start and I'm pressing it, and it's
Oh,
just making vibrations. It's not even opening up. Let me
then
shut this
weird.
down. I didn't want to play Ghosts of Yotai because it's like there's always a cutscene and shit. So
Ghost of Yotai has a cutscene for everything.
yeah, there's a cutscene for every fucking thing.
It's a good
It's not
game.
bad, but it's not yeah like it. But it's not like game of the year. I feel like I'm not yet at least. I'm not that deep. Oh, ooh.
I'm not that deep in it
Oh
either.
my god, is my controller drifting now?
What?
This is a fucking brand new controller. What the fuck? I'm like, what just happened? It's still doing that, huh? Oh, okay, it's working. Maybe it was the
Okay.
Wi-Fi. But yeah, I wanted to come on. I thought you were gonna talk about the fallout of Peacemaker. This is actually insane. Like the amount of people who like they're just crashing out over the episode. They didn't like it. The almost the entire DCU subreddit has flipped on James Gunn.
Because James Gunn hyped up something for nothing.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. He he hyped up this episode for nothing. He made it sound like episode 8 was gonna be one big episode. Okay, so you showed us checkmate was formed and salvation, planet salvation. But we made it think like we're gonna get like a big cameo, almost as big as Luther. But the cameo ended up being Otis.
yeah,
Otis?
he did say big cameos, but I'm guessing those characters. I mean, we're gonna see them in Superman, so I guess they're major characters, sure, but it's like they're supporting characters. Like, and this is the thing, right? Some of these
Yeah, that's
DC
what I meant.
fans, like, they really like. There's a clip of James Gunn saying, somebody asked him, "Oh, is Blue Beetle gonna be in the new season?" And he goes, "Well, I can't say you're not in luck, right?"
Yeah, he
And he
says that.
smirks, yeah, and it's like okay, honestly, I didn't think anything of that. Like, that wasn't even a tease. Like, to me, that was just making fun of people. Like, why would we were speculating in the first season that Blue Beetle might show up given the nature of the season.
Hmm.
But it was like Blue Beetle here. It was like if they weren't going to put Blue Beetle in the first season, I feel like they were never going to connect him uh, to the second season, right? So I don't know. I feel like he talks too much, and we've already established that I don't care what he has to say because he just straight up sometimes says misinformation. Like he can't really be trusted at all. Why anybody would trust? I mean, first off, rule number one is never trust an executive. That's
It's
always
true.
been the rule, right?
That's
These
true.
people constantly lie. They constantly flip flop. Like one thing is true
Hey,
today, and then it's wrong tomorrow, and then they say they're not lying.
you know what
So no,
they'll
never
tell
believe
you.
them.
They want to tell you what you like. They tell you what you like, what you want to hear,
Yeah,
right?
they tell you what you want to hear. They're executives.
Yeah.
I don't know why people. I just think people just see James Gunn and they have this attachment. He's on social media and stuff like that. But like, I would never believe James Gunn for anything. Everything he says, I wouldn't believe it.
It's funny because
Like,
Marvel is more believable than DCU because James Gunn basically says all this and doesn't come to fruition. But with Marvel, they really don't let things out, right? But
right,
when they kind of tease things, most of the time it usually happens. You
right.
know?
Yeah, they kind of let things play out.
Yeah, like they're quiet about it. That's the thing. I wish James Gunn would be quiet about. Like, no, I mean he has the right to be on social media, obviously, but I wish he, not answer anybody's questions. Okay, like
Yeah, I think he just talks too much.
Yeah,
Like, people are saying, after this now, like, can James Gunn shut up? He's not gonna shut up. I don't know why anybody would think he's
he's
been
not gonna
talking for
stop.
this entire year. You know what I
He's not
mean?
gonna
Like,
stop.
and he was talking even last year. I mean, like, he's not gonna stop. There's no way in hell he's
No,
gonna stop.
no. He's not gonna. No, fight, but fight doesn't here. TJ, fight doesn't do this stuff. Fight doesn't.
No, Feige does not talk. And,
Yeah,
and even Todd Howard, no, Todd Howard does not talk like this. People like Todd Howard is mostly famous for just saying things that never came into fruition on E3 stage, on like a E3 stage. James Gunn constantly talks. James Gunn says
yeah.
everything every day. Like these people, Kevin Feige doesn't have a social media account.
Well, he
He's
does.
never
He has an
even
X account,
really
but he doesn't use it.
like
I
the
know he
only
has an X account.
time, like recently, Kevin Feige said something that was like
When Fantastic
just
Four
like
came out.
purely not true was when he said like
Oh,
Eternals was like Marvel's best movie. Like that was like
yeah.
insane to say,
But
right?
Kevin
And
Feige
since
only
then
talks about
he's
the
never said anything like that.
Kevin Feige only talks about usually about the MCU, future MCU, like maybe 2 or 3 times a year. Usually when
Right.
a big movie comes out, like of course when Fantastic Four comes out, he has to talk about the future MCU because Fantastic Four plays into the future of Avengers Doomsday. So he does talk about the future MCU. He doesn't, right? He doesn't. There's a lot of there's a lot more Marvel rumors, scoops, made up scoops than DC scoops. You don't see Kevin Feige
Right.
dismiss all
Yeah,
that, right?
Kevin Feige never comes and says
No.
anything. But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
to
so
Degrassi.
it's just hilarious the amount of people who are just like like crashing out over this episode. They're getting mad. Like people are saying, "Oh, well, I'm not mad because there was no cameos." Bitch, yes, you were. Like
Yeah,
you,
I was
a
expecting
hundred
something.
percent, 100% people were mad
I
because
was
there was no
expecting. I was just.
cameos. What
I
the
think
fuck are
I
you
was
talking
expecting.
about?
I was expecting a cameo, like, but the
I was
cameo was gonna
expecting
be.
no fucking cameo. Everything that was in the episode. I mean, granted, it was a little bit long,
You know what?
but everything in the episode I pretty much was expecting. Other than I feel like, yeah, I think they're not being like some
I
kind of fucking hint at the Earth X. But then when you look at the way that I was viewing it in the middle of the episode, I'm like, this is an epilogue episode. You know what I mean? Like this is like we're wrapping up all the stories that were set up, right? The personal drama and stuff. And then at the ending, that was the setup for what is gonna come. Right?
yeah,
That's
I
how
do.
I viewed it. And that's why I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad at the episode. I could
I wasn't
see it
mad at
not
the
being
episode.
the best episode in the
I
season, but I
I
wasn't
still think
mad.
season 1 was better than season 2. I'll say that.
No, I will say that too. But
Um,
I mean, season two did have its highs and it did have its lows for sure.
oh
I
yeah.
just think it was like I can see what people like. In my opinion, I do think if they were going to tease something like that, they probably should have maybe put it in the credit scene to make it feel like okay, this is something that's like happening that's not in the Peacemaker series. Like this is like an external thing. I think that was like my
I was.
only. Well, I have other criticisms. Not that was my only criticism. Um, but I don't know. I just like I could kind of see what people are
I
talking about
think
at the
people.
ending. Like that
If you
ending
really
was
look,
like,
yes.
yeah, it's like if you're not gonna do a season three, why have Peacemaker set
Well, I
that
get.
whole thing
Guess.
up?
Yeah, why? Well, I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna. I think one of the series is gonna be a checkmate series.
Yeah, I think a lot of people at this point are speculating it's a
And
checkpoint
that's
series.
probably
Yes,
checkmate. Yeah, I think Blind the
checkmate.
Checkmate is
Yeah,
going. They're trying to
checkpoint.
go after.
Checkmate.
They're trying to save Peacemaker from Salvation, or they
Right.
can appear in Superman tomorrow. I'm sure Salvation maybe will appear in Superman tomorrow. They kind of hinted at that, right?
Yeah. It could people are saying now that maybe Salvation Run is the inspiration for
And
Man of Tomorrow. I don't really believe that. I still think it's going to be Brainiac.
some people are speculating now with Salvation. Oh, this means Darkseid's coming. I mean, dude, Darkseid's gonna be in DCU. I mean, there's
No,
Mr.
yeah,
Miracle
that
show.
people are saying that just because of the story. Now, I don't know anything about the story. The only thing that I learned that nobody was saying on
Well,
Twitter was that this was actually an idea that was pitched by George R. R. Martin. back in
Yeah,
the
I heard
80s.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was like the most interesting part. I was gonna
Yes.
read it, but I don't know. It
And
didn't
so,
really sound the greatest in my
and the
opinion.
thing
It
is,
it
I
was
told those
like the
people,
villains with Lord of the Flies. Like that's what it
yeah,
essentially was.
I like those people say, "Oh, Dark Side's coming. Dark Side is coming." I'm like,
Yeah.
first, two things. Dark Side is going to be in a DCU. It's going to be the Mr. Miracle show, cartoon show. That is DCU. So Dark Side technically is going to be in the DCU. Two,
Right.
Salvation One in the comics is not another dimension. It's a planet in the same
Well, I
universe.
mean, this is another planet, right? This is it's clearly a planet that's similar to Earth. And
Yeah,
we even heard like these
yeah.
wild animals when Peacemaker was in the on the field, right?
You know what
So
I thought was going to happen? Like I didn't. I thought like I keep forgetting. Rizzo was going to like come out of the force or something.
yeah, I did. I mean, because of the way he was saying like there was gonna be big cameos, I thought, oh, they're gonna go into uh Earth X and they're gonna be like, oh shit, this is a crazy universe. I thought that's what was gonna happen in the ending, but just to like wrap it up and just be like, okay, we're gonna close off this universe completely, and so nobody can come back to it. But no, that's not what happened. It was pretty much like this is a closure to Peacemaker and Hardcore their relationship, right, and the rest of
Yeah.
the group. Which I like the scene. Like people were so mad at the episode, but it's like the
Oh,
scene
with the
where they were
demon.
talking was a nice episode or a nice
Yeah.
scene. And it was like, yeah, it was like, okay, now based on what they've learned this season, it's like, yeah, maybe they shouldn't be working for Argus and like not stepping up, right? Like, if their whole thing is like they do want to obviously change something, I mean, they got to step up,
They
right?
knew Argus. They knew Argus was you know Argus. That Argus always the intentions were good, but Argus had always some like sinister like for their own selfish things, right? Selfish agenda, right? Like there's always something
Right,
behind Argus. Are they truly doing for the better for the world or the states? But once Big Flag, partner with Lex Luthor, you can start seeing the distrust with Big Flag's most loyal people, especially Sasha Bordeaux and Tim Meadows' character, right?
right,
Like, how can we trust Argus when they're lining up with Lex Luthor, who tried, start a was one of the reasons there's a war going on, was create this ripple effect from in Metropolis. Like, really? Why would why 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 would we team up with this guy, right? And that's because Rick Flag, I don't know, obviously he's being manipulated by Luthor. I think
I mean,
Luthor.
I think to be honest, like that was where the season was at fault a little bit. I feel like they should have maybe taken a little bit more screen time with Rick Flag because I I'm not really understanding 100%. Like, I don't think he hates metahumans. I think it's more he was going along with this plan because he could now drop off Peacemaker in the middle of nowhere and completely get rid of him, right?
Mhm.
I didn't really take it as like he hates metahumans because it's like, because I saw some people were saying, no, he hates metahumans because of the ending of Superman. And I'm like, personally, I don't even really remember that part of Superman. So I'm like, maybe I'll have to go back and look.
No, wasn't he?
But I
Wasn't
never,
he?
I didn't really think he hated metahumans
He didn't
after
really
that
want to. He
movie.
didn't want to arrest Superman, wasn't he? Wasn't he? He didn't
Yeah,
really
he
want to
said he didn't
arrest.
want to arrest Superman, but I mean, like the ending,
Yeah,
like I don't, I
maybe the
honestly, I
grassy.
don't even really remember what happened at the ending with Rick Flag in Superman. Like I
No,
really
I
don't even
think it's
remember.
because it's when he was looking at the monitor on the TV, and I think it's when the Justice Gang went to the war area between
Right,
Borvia and the other country. You know, so metahumans are going to start overthrowing governments, things like that. When's it going to be like when the metahumans decide to take over? It comes from like
right.
I could relate it to the Justice League TV show where it's come to a point where the U.S. government doesn't trust the Justice League. You remember that,
Right.
right? They're like,
Well, I
remember,
don't even. I mean, they obviously have to establish some dissent
yeah,
because obviously he works for Argus, and obviously we don't even know where Amanda Waller is currently. That's another thing too. It's like she was in Creature Commandos, but it was like Cl- Creature Commandos was taking place what simultaneously with Peacemaker season 1, and then so at the ending of that series she got outed. I'm assuming.
No,
and that's why she.
I
Because
think it's
like
after
Peacemaker
season one.
season one.
I think she got demoted.
No, I'm saying Creature Commandos must take place in the same time period as Peacemaker season one. Because why is
Might.
she the head of Argus? And Peacemaker season one was only what? Didn't they say 6 months after? Or Peacemaker season two starts 6 months after season one.
Season one. Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like I'm pretty sure season one and Creature Commandos are taking place around the same time. That's my guess. Because it's like Amanda Waller is still in charge, right? So you know, within those 6 months, Creature Commandos happens, and then Peacemaker season one, that ending happens. She gets outed, and then she's no longer the head of Argus. But yeah, I also like I think like my criticism was like it was a little bit hard to believe that Rick Flag Sr. would all of a sudden be that buddy up with Lex Luthor just to get rid of Peacemaker. Like, and then when all his like people were dying, he was just literally just partying
I
up and doing fucking like that part was honestly a little bit hard to believe from the character. It was like, isn't this guy supposed to be a soldier and he's like worked with these
I
people on the
thought
field
he
and he
loved
just
his
like
son
gives
so.
no fucks that they're just
I'll say
dying?
that he loved his son so much. Obviously, blames Peacemaker for his death of his son. But I'll say this: Rick Flag Jr. would be ashamed of his father for teaming up with Lex Luthor.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that part just kind of comes.
Yeah.
It's like I. And by the way, that's another thing too in the season. It's like Rick Flag Senior. I feel like it's just like he just straight up hates uh Peacemaker, and there's never really like him like saying like, wait a minute, why is everybody that is
Rebel.
working for me, why are they buddies with Peacemaker? Like, why are they friendly with
Yeah.
Peacemaker? That never really
Yeah.
that never actually comes up. Even though he goes to Harcourt's apartment and he talks to her, there's never a discussion like he's just like, no, he's a piece of shit and that's it. And they're like, you don't even like stop to think for just a second, like maybe and there and also if he read the whole tape, why isn't he also mad at Amanda Waller as well? Like
Yeah.
I wish there was just a little bit more exploration of that
Because
because it's like
Amanda Waller is the one who lied to the Suicide Squad about the mission, everything on
yeah,
that
and
island.
she pretty much manipulated Peacemaker. Obviously, he still did what he did. He didn't need to do
Yeah.
that, but so it's
Yeah.
like I understand. Obviously, he would be pissed off, pretty unforgivable. I just kind of wish maybe the characters took a step back and be like, wait a minute, why are these guys doing this thing, right? Just to investigate and maybe even like deepen his hatred even more. But also too the just working with Lex Luthor, I just feel like yeah, like at the ending of the episode too, that same guy from Superman, he comes back and he's like, you were literally just completely against Lex Luthor, and now all of a sudden you are for his plans, right? And it's like, yeah, I mean, like, how badly do you hate Peacemaker? Well, now, like, you want revenge that badly, where now you want to team up with the same guy you were having complete issues with. That part, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I wish, again,
And
I
as
hope
he's
in the
being,
future that I mean they could still
this
flesh
is,
that out,
I think
right?
this is gonna bite Rick Flag Sr. in the ass when he figures out that Luthor's manipulating all this shit, manipulating
No, I
everything.
think he knows. He
Think
can't
so?
be that stupid to not know what he's doing. Like,
I
it's
mean,
pretty clear.
he's not, but I think he's ignorant to know
Like
that
people
Luthor will
people
eventually
were
betray
so
him.
like
Luthor will
I
betray
mean
him.
like I'm not sure if you saw this, but like people the character did such a 180 now
Yeah.
joining up with Lex Luthor where people are now saying, "Oh, it's because Clayface is the one working with Lex Luthor." And you're like, "Dude, like obviously that's not what the intention is. Maybe they can retcon that,
Oh,
but
I know
that's
what's
not
happening.
what's going on."
Rick Flag Cedar's been secretly locked up somewhere in Luther's tower, and this has
Yeah,
been
like that's
Clayface's
just
Rick
pure
Cedar the
cope
whole
in my
time.
opinion. Like to say shit like that. Like, "Oh, it's Clayface doing it. That's why." And it's
Well, Clayface can help
like
this
that's
though. Like
that would
why?
be if first off one if that's a twist that would be really stupid in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's like that's just a way to be like, oh, that's why he was evil the entire time. And you're like, when the fuck did this even happen? You know what I mean? Like Clayface, it wasn't even established in Superman or Peacemaker. And he beat up Rick Flag, but Rick Flag, why would he now all of a sudden mysteriously? We've never even really got a good fucking characterization of Clayface yet. Like we're still waiting for that. So I don't know why people are like making that theory. It's such a fucking stupid theory. It's just like a cope theory.
They don't want. They don't want to get. They don't want to believe that Rick Flag could turn. Like turn. Could do
No, they
things.
just
Right.
They don't want to believe that. It's just
He's
not
not the
very
son. He's
well
not his
written in
son.
my it's not well written in the show. That's really
No.
it. That's why people are acting that way. You know what I mean? Like people like it's just a dumbass theory,
Yeah.
right? Like other than that, like yeah, I didn't like I said that episode was fine, right?
He.
I mean, I do think it's just funny though, like going on social media and looking to see how many people have just like they really did not like this episode. Like people were like this
I
ruined
know.
the season. A lot of all of a sudden now there's Marvel, the like MCU people. It is funny. I will give them this credit. People all of a sudden, the DC fans were like, the DCU is gonna be better than the MCU because it's not built on cameos. But yet that's the crowning thing everybody's mad at, that there was no cameos. There was no Booster Gold. There was no. Why would all of these characters randomly just show up
Oh,
all of a sudden?
I said the cameos of people. I expected the cameos were gonna be people we've seen already, not newbies.
Yeah,
Not new
yeah,
people.
it was characters we've seen already. That's why I was
Yeah.
like, it's either the if we're going to see characters, Creature Commando, Superman, those were big characters, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't
No.
expecting characters that we haven't
Grace.
even been introduced to. Like that
Grace.
just doesn't even make sense.
The Grace did the episode 7 spoiler review of her stream. She's like, her first cameo was like, Booster Gold? Like, what?
Yeah, Booster Gold. That's what people are saying. Booster Gold. I seen people are like, we're gonna see Hall Jordan. Why would Hall Jordan appear before his own show? I mean, like these are all things that it's like you guys were crying and saying the
Yeah.
DCU is better than the MCU, and then yet they're going, oh, uh, the reason why everybody's mad now is because they're
Yeah.
MCU brain. Oh my
True.
God! Like you
True
people are
defense.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Inconsistent characterizations between projects. I mean, yeah, that's the one thing I will say I didn't like about Rick
And
Flag
the
Senior.
problem is, it's Gunn who wrote most of the Rick Flag stuff. Like, how can
Yeah,
he
he,
be?
he he's the one who wrote all of it. That is true. That's another thing I don't like. In my opinion, you know what should have been. I think he should have just hold all of that. You know what I mean? Just hold all of
Yeah.
that. Let that be for Superman. Let Rick Flag Senior be the villain with Lex Luthor, right? And flesh that out in there and see like okay he did a heel turn now because he wants to get back at Peacemaker, right? Or he's like starting to be resentful, right? And slowly build that up, right? Instead of it just being like a flip of a switch, this is the character now. And you're like whoa 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 whoa, like that's a massive jump for him to now side with Lex
Yeah.
Luthor and not question it. Like it would have been a little bit more palatable if he was questioning. Like when Lex Luthor he was like he sent him a note saying this looks promising. You remember that in the last
Yeah.
episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just partying it up. Like that part to me it was I get what they were trying to do. Like he's so fucking disconnected where he's just letting his people die and they're all just like disgusted by what he was doing, right?
And
Um
they're partying and dancing and laughing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
if
he
he
didn't give
if
a
he
damn.
was like if he was like, I don't know, like I mean, yeah, he was on drugs and stuff. So it's like, yeah, maybe he's just completely, you know, out of it.
You know
I don't
what?
I don't really I don't really know like why he would like I don't
If
know.
I,
Does that make
if,
sense? Does it really make sense for him
if I
that
was
he hates
Chris,
Peacemaker that much that he would team up with Lex Luthor?
if I was hardcore or hardcore, I would have a line and say, "Your son would be ashamed of you."
Yeah, I think everybody would. I mean, the fact that his own team flipped on him and he didn't care
Yeah,
was
I
is
didn't even know this.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like he it's like why are you working? I mean, that's also going to be another thing too that has to be explored in Superman. Like that can't now just go to waste because literally in Superman, we see he's against Lex Luthor. He's the one that is like, no, we can't do this, and now he's working with him. Like if Lex Luthor had like a better proposal that made sense, and it kind of was like, you know what? Because like in the episode, he's like, well, Lex Luthor's the smartest person in the world, and he makes a good point, and you're like, yeah, but Lex Luthor is smart, but he's like totally morally bankrupt.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Like that part, if that part was still just like, what? Anyway.
This is
Um,
this is the same guy, he was willing to kill millions. That's you know, look at
what's up, Bob?
that's the U.S. government for you, right? Like they're not clean. They're not righteous. They're not. Um,
I think characterization, like, I can maybe excuse it if it was like written by different people,
but the
but
thing
it's
is, a
like it
certain
is written by the same person, and
if
so it
certain
just
character.
it just feels weird.
That's the one criticism people have of Thor, like in Marvel.
Yeah, Thor. I
Thor,
mean, Thor was passed around by so many different writers where now all of a sudden he's like acting completely different. But it's like here you have a character that we've seen for pretty much the entire year,
yeah,
like not
not
slowly,
Grim.
but like
Grim.
dramatically change in a way that just feels like not true to the character, or the character didn't go through like a full arc. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah.
it's like we kind of needed this entire show to really pivot him. Like in my opinion, maybe they should have started the season with Rick Flag Sr. talking to Lex Luthor. You know what I mean? And have Lex
Well, that
Luthor
would be
maybe
great
appear in the show
episode.
a lot more. They, you know what I mean? As like a B plot storyline, and kind of just boost up his role a little bit. So where you start to see, he's kind of being manipulated by Lex, and Lex is kind of now using him. Where you're like,
I
okay, this makes a lot more sense, right? Instead of it just being like this one scene and then it's like full descent, just like complete descent, and you're like, whoa, like we need a tipping point.
now
I need that tipping point.
now because some people are saying really episode 7 is really the finale, and this is just like a
Yeah,
bonus episode. People are speculating it's like a bonus episode, even though it technically isn't, right?
yeah, it's
So
technically not, but that's how I saw
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Like it was, this is like an epilogue, and
yeah.
they
Epilogue.
formed checkmate, and that's like the evolution of the team. That's where they were going, right? And
Yeah.
they're clearly going to now be an actual superhero team, right? And so
Hmm.
you're like, that's cool. That makes sense, right? Like they're really good friends. They obviously are, they're not morally corrupt, and they obviously want to do something. So it's like it makes sense that they would become a superhero team, like a bootleg superhero team, and then they build up to it. So yeah, all of that part, no issue whatsoever. That felt natural. That felt like the natural conclusion to their relationship, right? Or this,
Yeah, it was kind. It
yeah,
was DeGrasse is kind of right. It was like a backdoor pilot to other
yeah, to other
shows.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. No, it was. It was. That's what I'm saying. People were mad that it's like, oh, it doesn't set up anything, but it's like
What
it
are you
does
talking
set up.
about?
It does set up a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's not like nothing happens in the episode. Like
No,
for people to
Peacemaker
say
does
that,
set
that
up.
was crazy.
Peacemaker the show does set up the future of the DCU.
Yeah, I mean, it's just more so like, okay,
Yeah.
if you're gonna have that tease at the ending, like it would have, you know what would have saved this entire thing, this whole fucking stupid discussion. You know how Marvel at the ending of all their stuff they would put this character will
Will
return.
return. Yeah.
They should have done something exactly like that. They should have said Peacemaker will return in Checkmate, and then that was also an announcement that, oh, we're doing a Checkmate series. You know what I mean? Like if this is a cinematic, like it's a cinematic universe,
Marvel
right?
only does that. Marvel only does that when there's either the character is going to say the character is going to return in the future in the
Right.
MCU, or the character is going to return in the next movie. It's already been announced. Like the Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four will return to Avengers Doomsday. Right.
Yeah,
Well, I like your
but I
idea,
think
Ben.
I think that I think they should do that if this is a cinematic universe
Yeah.
and it's going to take a while to see these characters again or whatever. I think they should at least say where they're going to appear next, even if the project isn't announced, right?
Yeah,
Just
Marvel
say,
doesn't do that. Marvel just does
yeah.
that when they're next. Marvel just says this character's gonna appear again, or they're gonna appear in a already announced project. But I think the idea
They
is better
need
with
to
DC.
they should establish where the character is heading, right?
Yeah,
Because especially if it's not announced or if it's not clear to people, right? It should just be right off the bat. That's where you could see
I
the character
remember.
next.
Because I remember that. Like I remember the last few years, right? Star Lord is gonna appear. Star
Yeah.
Lord will be back, but he didn't say when we'll be back. That was
Yeah, he didn't say
2023.
where. He didn't. Yeah, they need to say where. They don't need to say when because we know these projects take time. But
Yeah,
clearly, there's a Checkmate series in the works. You might as well say that they're going to appear in Checkmate,
it truly
right?
is.
And that Peacemaker, Peacemaker season 2 is sort of like we're ending this series because well, it was technically connected to the DCEU, and so we want to have a show that's new
Yep.
that continues the characters, but this is obviously more of a DCU show. It's setting up plot threads and ideas, right? And Peacemaker season 1 did set up a major plot thread that wasn't even explored this season, right? Because we assumed that was going to be handled in the Waller show, which we still haven't even heard of anything about that show since.
It seems there's like, from according to kind, it seems like things are not progressing with that show as he
Right.
would like. I don't know what that means. Like, you can't get a writer. I don't know.
Yeah,
Showrunner. What? I
it
don't know.
probably doesn't like the script or something.
Script.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's also, I mean, we also got to be honest, right? Like that could also handicap the universe too. Like where
Yep.
Marvel is not having a script is also because they're trying to get the projects out in a timely manner so it makes sense. And obviously that handicaps them because if you don't have a finished script, yeah, it's going to just be a mess. But most of the stuff Marvel was doing was still successful even when they didn't have a finished script. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, what is the trade off, right? And I guess his trade off is that he still wants to have quality over quantity, right? And if that's the case, then you have to be transparent about that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why these fans are having such a crazy fucking meltdown. MCU fans all of a sudden, like, it was very funny to see MCU fans. Like, one dude said, "Oh, yo, the Snyder fans were right," and I'm like, I was the entire day I couldn't stop laughing at this shit. It was genuinely funny. Like, I should even pull up some of the tweets
Snyder
because
fans.
it was so fucking funny.
Chris Landry tripping.
The MCU
Oh, that's
fans
still
were
showing us.
hyping up Snyder fans. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe this
What?
shit.
No. The Snyder
Yeah.
fans. The Snyder fans hate the MCU. They hate that
Not
shit.
anymore, apparently.
Not
Not anymore. They're
anymore.
willing to join alliances. You know what I mean? I guess it's like that what? The enemy of my
Of my
enemy is
enemies, a
my
friend.
friend.
Yeah, my friend.
So
Yeah.
the MCU tards like they're all of a sudden now being like, yeah, the Snyderverse was actually great. What? The MCU tards are saying this now? This is insane. You know what I
You
mean? And
know.
people like I gotta
You know.
read some of these tweets, man. They're
Do they
so
know
funny.
that? Do they know if they didn't like this? They don't have to say Snyder versus great. Both two things could be bad, right?
Yeah, but they're trying to because they're only saying this because the DCU tards are now screaming to the high heavens, oh, the reason why people are mad at Peacemaker is because they're MCU idiots who all they care
Oh, do
about
you
is
see?
cameos.
Do you see
And there's
this?
like people now refuting that. They're like, oh, what MCU TV show even has a ton of cameos? And there's only like two
Oh
shows
yeah.
that even do something like that, right? I think it was Miss Marvel and She-Hulk. Those are the
Uh,
only MCU shows that did these like glorified cameos at the ending,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is true, yes. So it's like there wasn't a lot of those shows there, even though there's a ton of MCU shows. So it's like, I guess you could also say, could you? I guess you could say Hawkeye. I guess you could say
Well,
that
there. I
because like
guess Kingpin.
Kingpin, yeah,
That's a
you could
pretty
say
big.
that.
Oh,
But like these
Aaron
MC,
Fisher,
yeah, I
Hunter
was
Iggy.
the
Don't listen to Aaron
MCU stands
Fisher.
are somewhat Snyder Bros. They're like joining an alliance with the Snyder Bros. Like there was this one funny GIF. It was funny. It was like that 50 Cent meme where he's like, why did he say fuck me for? Cause like the DCU idiots are all sitting there blaming the MCU for this episode, and they're like, it's just funny to see that they're all just like pointing fingers and fighting each other. These like three,
Mhm.
it's like you got the DCU gun tards, then you got the Snyder tards, and then you got the MCU tards, and they're all in the ring. They're all fighting. You know what I mean? They're all going fist to fist, beating
I'm
each
gonna,
other up, losing their minds because of Peacemaker. I didn't even see this coming. I never foresaw that we would
this
be at this point where they're all fighting each other. It's crazy. There's gonna be some, yeah. The MCU tards are Feige bros because they
they're-
defend every single thing that the MCU does. They love everything about the MCU. They never criticize the MCU. I need to log on to fucking.
Look, yeah, I mean, look, it was funny. I think one of the heel versus babyface. I saw what heel versus babyface said. TJ, you posted in the chat maybe a day ago or 2 days ago. The heel versus babyface said that James Gunn lied. Superman lied about Superman being in Peacemaker. I'm like, no, he didn't. He said Superman was not going to be in Peacemaker. He said that. James Gunn did say that. Like, heel versus babyface making shit up to fit his narrative. I mean. This is the same guy who thought like didn't know Sacha Bardot. Like he actually thought Cyborg just means Victor Stone. This guy's is a moron. Um, Zack Snyder bros. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The MCU stands and Zack Snyder stones. Zack Snyder's stars have to understand. Brian will be back. Don't worry, guys. He's probably
I'm
figured
here.
it
I'm
out.
trying to log onto my Twitter on my iPad.
Here's the thing, guys. Snyder fans, MCU fans, you're fine. You're getting what you want. Don't worry about. You don't have to shit on DC. You're getting what you want. You're getting 2 big movies next year, okay? And you might get 3 shows next year too.
I mean, to be fair, they weren't. They only started shitting on Peacemaker because the DC fans were talking about the MCU.
Oh, okay. So it's
That's where
okay.
it started. You know what I mean? Because these I'm following.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the tweets, and
tribalism. I
you could
understand.
see like people like when the episode ended, a ton of like big accounts were like, "This is dog shit. This is ass.
Okay.
What the fuck was the season?" People were like losing their minds, and then you got like a couple of these like diehard DC fans, like that. You know that one guy who said Dune 3 was gonna make more money than Avengers
Oh
Doomsday. That guy is like a total DCU
no,
shill. Like he's like
no.
hardcore,
Like yeah.
just
I mean, no. It's not gonna make more than Avengers do.
like
Anybody?
he like straight up now says like there's no good MCU movies, even though he was just defending Guardians of the Galaxy. I remember that guy's a total
We had,
fucking
we had
idiot.
two good
He's like
MCU
a
movies
fucking
in the last.
shill.
We had 2 good MCU movies in the last 4 or 5 months.
No, forget about the new movies. He's like there's no good MCU movies.
No.
Yeah, the
Well,
moment I don't. That's what I'm saying. These people like they change up their
it's almost
opinions
like
now.
it's almost like they're being paid.
Oh, this guy's been to red carpets and stuff. I'm sure he's been paid.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
I'm sure he's
Uh,
being paid.
yeah. Okay. You can't. Then you can't take the guy seriously. I mean, he's probably being paid on their table by James Gunn. But yeah, I mean, look, the MCU stands. The thing is, they're gonna have a big year next year. The MCU is gonna have a huge year next year, right? Like the 2 biggest movies next year. Okay, Warner Brothers doesn't have anything to compete with that in the movie sphere. Like Supergirl and Clayface has nothing to compete with what the MCU has, right? But all right. So obviously, but the thing about the Snyder Church, have to understand, they're never gonna get what they want, right? They're never gonna get the Snyderverse. Man Tomorrow's been announced, and they're parading around that Forbes article like it's a legit article, blinded, like it's right. If you really read it, it's all speculative, right? Um, they're really not. They're willing to not believe the Variety article on Superman making profit, but they're willing to believe a Forbes article. And want to know something? Forbes has been shit for years. Forbes has not been reliable for years. Sorry. Forbes, the outlet Forbes, that that outlet has been on downhill for years. Uh, Okay, I doubt it, Red. MC school shooters. Shut up, Red. Okay, but the moment for these, you'll see people like Skywalker showing up. Skywalker
Okay,
should be like a
I'm
face
logged into
head.
my account.
Okay, good. That's good.
Cause okay, like this one has like 2,000 likes, right? This guy goes, I speak Gunnanese. This means
Gunnanese? What the fuck is
it's
that?
not related to Peacemaker at all, except for John Stewart's dad working with Rick Flag Sr. People saying because James Gunn comes out and says Lanterns is connected to all of this, what happened in Peacemaker. It may not seem like it, but it's all very connected. Um, and so yeah, and then this guy comes out. He says the same guy who said this, James Gunn says cameo porn is one of the worst elements in recent superhero movies, shoehorning characters in mangles the story. And this is when you know how we were saying he wanted Deadpool in the show.
Yeah,
Um,
I
so
would love to
so
see
it's
that.
like I'm just looking at all these. Yes, this one guy says the Salvation Run. I read this in middle school, genuinely atrocious, awful.
But it's,
Um,
but he's Gunn has come out and said salvation is not exactly based on salvation. It's just the planet, the
yeah, it's
area.
just the idea, I
Yeah,
guess. So
it's not.
yeah, gun and knees. I guess we're gonna have to use that one. Gun and knees. Gun and knees. Yeah.
Look. In Salvation One, Joker and Luther have different teams, right? They have different teams to go up against each other. Gunn came out and said that's not happening. They're not
Right,
having
and then
Joker.
we I gotta keep going through them because they're too funny. They're way too funny. This guy goes in the ending. What did this guy even do? Referring to to Michael Rooker's character, and then they're like, this was easily the worst part of season two.
Oh,
Like they
Michael's
could
Rooker's
have taken
character.
this plot and given it to ads or Vidge,
Michael
but
Rooker's
like
character is
whatever.
simple. There's a simple answer to Michael Rooker here, just for comedy, just for funny,
Right,
just for joke.
and by the way, the guy who we're talking about the Dune with the Dune prediction, his account is Moonlight Warrior,
I know what you're talking
and
about.
we'll
Yeah,
go
yeah,
through some
no,
of
yeah.
this is what I mean. Like he is like hardcore DCU tard. I call these people tards as in like
It sounds like he's a
they
not
can't
just a
if you
DC.
have a
It sounds like he's a
dissenting
Warner. It
or
sounds like he's a
opposite
Warner
opinion,
Bros.
they don't
Tard.
like it.
He also sounds like a Warner Bros.
Yeah,
Tard by saying
he
Dune
that's what
Three
I'm
is gonna
saying.
be
He
more.
gets paid and all this shit.
I mean, if you
Um
say Dune Three is gonna make more Avengers Doomsday, you have to get beat. You have to be being paid. I'm sorry,
then
but
someone goes Crisis on Earth X was much better than season 2 of Peacemaker, and then this guy goes, don't be mad because the finale made you look foolish.
quite the problem is Crisis of Earth X was about multiverse invasions from Nazis and Earth X. This is the Earth X. That was not the story. The story was not about that. It was not about a Nazi invasion. It was actually about the character development for Chris, basically.
Right.
That's the difference.
This
Skywalker's an idiot. Skywalker's an idiot.
Oh,
Okay, don't
so
take
okay,
that
so
shit.
this is interesting. So viewer non goes the struggling with Peacemaker finale practically adds a declaration that bad things can only happen when Chris doesn't listen to himself, but Chris didn't kill Flag because of orders from Waller. He just followed his own fucked sense of morality. He was listening to himself. Um this guy, the Moonlight Warrior, goes, "Oh, we've officially lost the plot. Peacemaker was not listening to himself. He was following orders. This was also because the heavy influence of trying to please his dad," which is true. I will say that is true. Um, I mean, like he can't like 100% blame himself. I mean, he's fucked up, like as he was saying, but it's like it's not like he would have done that. Obviously, he felt extremely guilty about it, but yeah, he still did it. This guy saying, "When Batman fly, stop talking, James Gunn," and this guy goes, "Oh Lord, grow up, you're
Oh,
pathetic." I'm trying
no,
to get
Red,
to like the goods.
you baited blinded. You rage baited blinded today. That's what you did. And
No, I didn't rate. He didn't rate. I rage baited a red. People were blocking red. They were getting red. Red got trolled by MCU tards.
really,
Yeah, and then he was like, "Oh well, they blocked me," and it's like, They blocked you because you said a bunch of just you didn't even say anything funny. I'm trying to see. Okay, here's another interesting tweet. I know this guy. This guy's on YouTube. Matt Fortress of Solitude. He goes, everyone on this app is always going to was always going to hate the Peacemaker finale because, as always, they hype themselves up and think it's going to be a solid hour of cameos and
Oh yeah,
teases for other things. Which, by the way, there was a tease or teases for other things. It's just that they didn't like it. That was really it. They didn't personally like it, and so they felt like the entire fucking show now fell on into itself.
oh.
I'm trying to see some other like funny ass tweets that I was like, I just couldn't stop laughing. What's going on?
Oh, can you tell me a little bit what Grace actually thought about it?
Yeah, Grace also was very critical of the episode. She was like, why make all
She
these?
wants the cameo stuff. She's into the cameo stuff a lot.
She was like, she's like, the episode was great. I like the characters. She said she admits that she was wrong for not watching season one, and but she pretty much says like, yeah, it was a little bit weird that they it's like you tease something and you're like, where is this going to obviously go? Is this in like Man of Tomorrow? Is this going to be in another show? Why tease this in Peacemaker if there's no season three? And she also felt like, why did James Gunn say like this was his best work and this was his, like there was all these big cameos
Want
when
to know something?
clearly the cameos were just like Lex Luthor's henchmen and Nelson. That was literally what the cameo was.
You want to know
Like,
something about Grace Randolph says that why the gun says it's best? You want to know something? Directors almost say that about almost everything they do. I'm sorry.
yeah, but he did put some sauce on it. Like there's
Yeah, that's true.
really like I really can't defend anything that he said. I mean, he pretty much did mislead a big portion of the audience, and those audience members are the DCU tards. Like they bought this is why I was saying. I'm like, why do people take everything this guy says seriously? Everything they think he says is serious. It's like the whole Blue Beetle, like, oh, the guy asked him, is Blue Beetle in Peacemaker season 2? And then he goes, well, I can't say you're not in luck. And then people
Yeah.
saw that as a tease. And I'm like, you guys realize like he was being sarcastic, right? Like you guys are did you not see the clip? He literally smirks and laughs. The character's not in the show. Duh. That was like a fucking dead giveaway. But people just they just ran with it. They just saw like, oh man, there's gonna be a ton of characters, there's gonna be a ton of cameos, blah blah blah. And they just ran with it. Like again, I saw people saying there was one scooper, he's like teasing and posting, and people believed him. Why are people believing these leakers and scoopers? And the year of our Lord 2025 is fucking beyond me. Why do you continue to believe leakers? Why? Why? You did that to yourself. Stop believing leakers. Like, this is what I don't understand. DCU fans, they love James Gunn because he makes fun of leakers, and yet these same fucking brain dead idiots take leakers, random dudes who come out of the woodwork. They literally guess shit. Both of me and Aaron can literally tell you what's gonna
I,
fucking happen because it's
I
obvious. Exactly. It's obvious, and also it's just a good fucking prediction because
yeah.
if you fucking read any comic book, you would fucking pick up on
Me,
this. But yet these idiots are like, yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They're right. They're right. Get the fuck
The
out of here.
thing is, we kind of like during the review streams of Peacemaker leading up to this episode, we kind of talked about checkmate. Like what happened was going to happen with checkmate. We kind of talked about checkmate, maybe with Waller running it, obviously, but not with Dia LaBelle and the team. But we talk about maybe checkmate's going to enter the DCU, and guess what?
Yeah.
Because we saw like potential
We said
evidence
that
about
years ago, though. We said that
yeah, that's
years
true
ago
too.
that this was the inevitable.
Yeah,
That checkmate was going to be set up. We didn't. I don't think we predicted that the
no,
11th Street Kids would have been checkmate. I don't think we predicted that. But I mean,
no,
Peacemaker was involved with checkmate, like the early days of checkmate. So it's like, you know, oh yeah. By the way, Grace did say something that was like slightly interesting that you know, not that I 100% agree with what she was saying, but it was like I could see the logic of this because she was like, you know, she's like, it's like I know Sasha Bordeaux from the Batman comics, right?
Yeah, she relates to the
And
back.
Detective Comics, right? And
Yeah,
but James Gunn was like, I don't want to adapt any of that stuff, and he doesn't really care for that. He just knows the character from the Checkmate series, and that's why he likes the character, right? And she was like, it's kind of weird that James Gunn is picking and choosing certain like weird, not weird, but necessarily, but like he's kind of like leaning into his sensibilities for every single fucking DCU project. And you're like, you kind of have to broaden a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, if people know a character from a famous run, it's like, you don't necessarily like change the character to fit a more obscure run. It's like, you kind of want to like merge the character with all those elements. Like, what was popular, what was more niche, right? Like, you can't just be like, okay, this one run that I really like, I'm going to use that as the only source of inspiration. And it's like,
yeah. I
again, I
think
don't like 100% agree with that, but I could see some of the logic in what she's
yeah,
saying.
because you're right. Because when people brought up, figured out Sasha Bardo, all that, people immediately, yeah, she has a relation to Batman, relation to Batman, relation to
Yeah,
Batman. I think like they don't think about it. They don't think about that she originally was from Checkmate and all that. They think about her relation to Batman, like
right. Like the character,
right?
like people are gonna know the character from the
Yeah,
Detective Comics, right? And
I
it's
know.
and already she's not like the most well-known Batman character. You know what I mean?
No,
Like you have to have read Detective Comics to know her relationship. I don't think she was in any animated series or like animated movies with Batman. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't
she was
know,
after the
right?
'90s animated movie, right? She was not introduced in the '90s, right? She was in the 2000s, was she?
Yeah,
Or
I
Sasha?
think she was. I think it was Detective Comics in the early 2000s.
Okay, yeah. So
But I
not
mean,
yeah. I
like,
don't
she
think she was
never
in any
appeared in an
animated.
animated movie, right? I
I
mean,
don't think she
someone in the
appeared any.
chat's gonna have to let us know because
I
I
don't
don't
think she
know.
appeared in anything animated at all. Let me
Right,
check. Let me check her fictional biography. So well, she was introduced in December 2000 in Detective Comics issue 751. So in 2000. But let's see in other media. Nope. Her first media besides the comics was the show.
right,
Yeah, was the show.
right. So that I mean, like, yeah, I mean, again, like the character is not like the biggest character to say like, if you change something, there's gonna be people who are obviously disappointed. But I could see the logic in being like, let's make the character as broad
I
as
mean,
possible because there's tons of different fans
she's
of the character. They know them from different comics. So it's
she
like, okay,
does. I
fair.
mean, I don't think they're doing this. I don't think they're doing Infinite Crisis, but she does play a big role in Infinite Crisis,
Right.
right? With Brother Eye and all that shit, right? And the Max of Lord, the All Max. That's not what. You know what? I mean, that's not what they're doing. Otherwise, they wouldn't have salvation. If they really want to go after metahumans, they'd probably set the All Max. They would have set the All Max stuff, Brother Eye. But
Right.
that's basically Brother Eye and the All Max is basically Sentinels in a way. it's the X Men version of Sentinels, basically. Um,
Right.
yeah, yeah. Most people know a relation to Batman. That's true. I mean, Gunn does do. I mean, directors all do that. They make movies based on what they like, what their taste is
Yeah,
like.
they pick and choose what they like, right?
But I
Obviously.
think sometimes, they, when it comes to comic books, you have to choose what's the most popular from the comic books and live action, not necessarily what you like.
Yeah, I feel like the people like again, like we were saying this about Batman, like why would you pick the Grant Morrison Batman as inspiration when
Yeah.
that's a pretty controversial run? Like, yes, it's Grant Morrison. He's a great writer, but that's not like the most celebrated Batman run, right? So
No.
and there's a lot more contemporary stuff that I feel like people want to see that in live action, right? And so like I do think like yeah, because another thing people were talking about was James Gunn's taste. And obviously people really despise Tom King and some of his choices with
Yeah.
characters. And so, You know,
Yeah.
that's always brought up and stuff, and people are like, "Oh, is the Lantern show even going to be good?" Because like Tom King has not like the best track record with Green Lantern, so it's like, how is that show going to play out, right? Um, and I do think like people kind of, I mean, I know Degrassi saying, MCU brain rot, but I think a lot of people are thinking the DCU will be just DC characters with the MCU structure. I think that's what people are kind of expecting. And to be fair, right? Like James Gunn said that this was standalone, but yet Peacemaker is setting up other stuff. Like it's not 100% standalone. You know what I mean? Like if you watch
Mm-hmm.
the last episode and you see, like I saw some comments on Reddit on the TV subreddit, because like most of these people are not comic book fans. They just watch the show and they just like TV shows. And so there was a lot of comments and people were like, you know, the finale just didn't really work for me because it was like, well, I just wanted to see more of Peacemaker. I don't really care about Superman and all this other shit, right? Like I don't care. I just care about Peacemaker because I like the first season and whatnot, right? Like
Yeah.
yes, it takes place in the DC universe, but it's like it's not the main focus, right? It's more like, you know, like garnish or whatever, right? Like it's just like a seasoning. But you can go and watch the show and not really care about DC as a whole, right? Um, so it's like, yeah, I mean, there's gonna be people like that. I don't know how many people are like that though. Like I feel
Mm-hmm.
like most people are watching this because of Superman. So
Yes.
yeah, I genuinely am curious to see like was like especially what's gonna happen next year because I feel like that's gonna be another type of test for the DCU is like, okay, if James Gunn is off the table, how are these other projects gonna work, right? Like how are they gonna be received to continue this? Because I mean like if it is that people have a mixed perception of this universe, I mean like yeah, I mean I mean, who knows how that's going to play out in the future, right? So I don't know. It is. I just thought it was funny as hell though. This entire Fallout. It was like I mean, there was times when the MCU shows like would just completely make people crash out. But
Yeah.
I've never seen like all of the fan bases now like try to fight each other because of this episode. Like
Because
that was insane.
DCU is gaining momentum. It was the momentum is strong with DCU, and
Yeah.
I guess to some people, this sucked the air right out of some people.
This
The
definitely
finale.
sucked the air out of some people.
Yeah.
In Grace's video too, she's like, "Oh, what's your like confidence level?" And if you read the comments, I mean, yeah, they're Grace's fans, right? Obviously, they're gonna have a little bit of a slant, but they were pretty negative on their confidence of the DCU going forward. And she said that she was at a 10, which again, I don't believe that shit. She's like, after Superman, my confidence was at a 10. Now it's more at a 6. I'm more at like, I would say a 7 or an 8. I feel
Seven
like.
and eight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't at a 10 as Superman because I'm never going to go to a 10 because I know the next thing, because it's going to be impossible to keep it at a 10. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, right? I think it's unrealistic. Realistic expectations is to stay at a 10. Okay, so but I'm gonna go with 7 right now. After based on this, I mean, I could base on lanterns could change it, right? Lanterns
Hmm.
can change all that, right?
Right. If
Sure.
Lanterns is a really good show, yeah, that will obviously plus everything. I mean, both Superman and Peacemaker have good, you know, uh, review scores from critics, if that
Yeah,
matters. Again, these are all just like other bullshit metrics, right? But
yeah,
um, I mean, the show people are saying wasn't like trending on some of these like like the Nielsen chart and things like that. So
well,
I
I
mean,
think
not. I don't think that it matters that much anyway. Like
I think
if we're not doing a season 3.
Nielsen changed how they do viewership a couple weeks
Right.
ago. I'm not sure, but I think that's what happened.
Okay.
You could the grass. You could correct me on that. I think he would know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. It's kind of it's still funny these tweets, man. Like, this one someone made a meme like of Eagly. It was like Eagly, you know,
Legally.
when he was in the closet, and he's like, Peacemaker fans, here he is. He's been disappointed with Peacemaker season 2 finale. Like, uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Anthony. I don't. Anthony's not in the chat, but Anthony's like James Gunn dick suckers are hilarious. Like shit wasn't even better than season 1. And then this guy was shilling hard. And this was the shit that made me laugh. Okay, this guy, I shit you not. Hold on, where's that account? Here it is. Let me read you the tweet. Okay, you're not gonna believe this shit. The MCU's ruined people's brains, man. I didn't for a second, a single second, accept any cameos, expect any cameos. So when Otis showed up, I fucking cheered.
All this.
Like,
Look,
are you
look.
dead serious? Otis? And people are roasting this guy. They're like, when Otis showed up, I fucking cheered. This is so fucking ass.
Oh
People
man,
are
I
like,
would.
how can I
I,
make this about
I
Marvel?
I know she wasn't in Superman, but if like Mercy Graves showed up, I would cheer Mercy Graves over Otis. Like Mercy Graves is actually useful.
Yeah, people are roasting this guy. They're like, I fucking cheered. No, you didn't,
Otis,
man.
yeah,
Yeah, no, you didn't.
Otis.
I liked the episode more than other people, but come on, you ain't gonna lie. Yeah, like what the hell, man? And then this one guy, the dick sucking cameos are not the reason the episode was mid.
Why can't they just have Lex Luthor in this episode? They could have him out of prison. They had the other guys out of prison, right? Helping
I'm
out.
sure it was like budget reasons or something
Yeah, we
like
could
that. That's
afford them. Yeah,
probably the reason.
yeah.
They probably had one day with him on set. That was the only day, and they had to do that. I wish they could have maybe just done other scenes and stuff, but I guess that was it. But Otis literally made this guy cheer. Like the motherfucker was cheering for Otis. Shut your bitch ass up. You know, and it's all. And you know what's funny too? All these accounts, you could just tell they're they're MCU tarts because they got Spider-Man in their profile picture.
Otis.
It's
Yeah,
so funny, bro.
MCU people would cheer for any cameo. I mean, they would
I
fucking cheer. They would
I
fucking cheer for
can't,
Darcy Lewis. They
I
would fucking
can't
cheer if
stop
Darcy Lewis
laughing,
has made a
bro.
cameo, right? They would cheer for Darcy Lewis.
This
Kat
guy
Dennings' character
dead
made a
ass said he
cameo.
cheered for Otis, the fat black dude. You were cheering for that guy. That you saw him and you stood up in your uh, you stood up in your living room and clapped and cheered. Oh my fucking god, that's what I mean. These fucking idiots, man. These fanboys. I told you
Man,
guys it's cool to hate.
these are the same people that would cheer a cameo from
Uh,
Darcy Lewis, huh?
Blinded using his deep Diddy
Is,
voice.
is Darcy Lewis is Darcy Lewis arguably the most useless MCU character ever?
Who? Say that again?
Darcy Lewis, Kat Dennings' character. Like you
Kate
could
De-
put a
oh, you mean yeah, she's in Thor and then
yeah, she was like a WandaVision. She could be like the
yeah,
most useless character ever in
yeah, she
MCU.
is pretty much. Oh man, but these tweets like this is why I just couldn't stop laughing at these tweets, man. Like the MCU tards like they came out in full force. They came out in full force. They
Dude,
couldn't
TV series
stop.
his ass.
The MCU broke people's brains just as hard as the Snyderverse. No, for real, for real. Like the shit is getting crazy. Oh my god. I
Actually,
just found most of Superman so weirdly toned. It seemed childish at
I
times,
mean,
trying hard to be comic booky. The way Lex controlled Ultraman just
here's
took
the
me out of the
thing.
moment.
Here's
Okay.
I'm gonna be a hot take here. Vision is a boring character. Sorry.
I like Vision. I like
I
the
know.
Tom King Vision
I know.
comic. That's the only
But
reason why I like Vision.
if you really think about that relationship, Wanda was the best part of that relationship.
Yeah, the Dune TV show, I watched that first
Yeah.
episode, I turned that shit off, bro. That was so bad. It was so fucking bad.
But Avengers I
Um
mean, you forgot Kevin. You forgot Spider Man. So Spider Man, you could put in that list too. But
Yeah, what is there even? Oh, I think they got the Welcome to Derry. Is that
it's
HBO
this month.
or is that HBO Max?
It's HBO Max. I think it's this month. That's the prequel to It, right?
Yeah, it's so fucking. I'm just looking through all this stuff. I'm trying to see if there was some good tweets. Oh yeah, IGN. This one was funny though. This one was funny. IGN rated the Peacemaker finale 1 point higher than the Penguin finale. So they gave it a 6, and the Penguin finale they gave a 5.
The prequel finale
Um,
of 5.
yeah, and then it feels like Rick Flag Sr. only wanted the prison to get revenge. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. That's what it is. Trying to see
Instead
what
of
else
killing
is
him,
there.
put him in the stuff
Oh
in
yeah,
prison.
someone said the gun jammed.
The gun
Uh,
jump.
the gun jam. That one was always funny. Um, Seems like people who are mad about the finale were there for the cameos and not the characters of the first season. Everybody dunking on the Peacemaker finale because not a lot happened, but I think it's ballsy to double down on the very moving and effective character work rather than just building up another big CGI fight.
But
Fans moan when it's
the thing
predictable, then
is,
they moan when it's different.
there was good character work, but let's be honest, there was no character development for John. He was the same.
For
Like
who? Say that again?
for economics, like he got
Oh yeah,
shafted.
now
Like, character
I
was
mean
work.
he's there. I mean I like John. He's a funny
I
character,
like his
but like
humor. I like his humor, but he didn't. There was no character development on like Lee,
yeah,
Hardcore.
that by the way, I don't know if nobody's talking about this. The entire season he was hating on Sasha Bordeaux because he actually liked her. That part was funny.
Yeah,
Because remember he said like the most fucked up shit about
he was definitely
most
attracted
fucked
to
up
her.
shit about her. And meanwhile he's like remember at the was it this episode he's like uh Rick Flag's her boyfriend, and then she's like, "No, he's not my boyfriend." He's like,
Oh
"Oh
yeah, he
wait,
was happy.
she's not." Wait,
Yeah,
he's not your boyfriend. It was like, bro, this is like, bro, isn't this the same guy who said he had like her body mangled up as his screensaver? Like that was crazy what he said, bro. I was like, what the fuck? I had to like replay that shit because I was like, that's fucking insane.
I well,
Um,
I don't think so. I don't think Paramount's gonna get Warner Bros. I don't think Warner Bros is up for sale. Like who says Warner Bros is up for sale? I don't think
yeah,
so.
this one, this tweet went viral. This one had like 1 million views. And they had this meme. They have the cuck meme with James Gunn. Uh, the "Are you sure?" And then he says yes. And James Gunn sitting in the cuck corner, and his wife is kissing John Cena. Oh my god, that's I've heard the moment I saw this episode. And I was looking at my phone, and my friend was like, "Bro, I don't think I could have been James Gunn in that moment." I was
Oh, he's
like,
kissing his wife.
and I picked up the phone. I'm like, "Shit, you saw the episode, huh?"
I can't
I
believe.
was,
I can't believe. I can't believe Hardcore's able to see him, and kiss him. It was actually
that part
physical
was
liberty.
fucking funny. This meme, and
It's
then
fun.
this guy, yeah, you can't even spoil the finale because nothing happened. I'm crying, and has 44,000 likes. It's crazy.
Oh my god.
This guy, his name was the leaker, the Beyond reporter. If the rumors
Oh.
are true, next week we will see Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, and some surprises. And he has like a GIF of Blue Beetle. And then this guy, the MCU tar goes, "I knew your ass was lying." Uh, and then this one also has 2 million views and 25,000 likes. Simply put it, not the same character, and they have Rick Flag
You know.
in the animated show and in the show, in Peacemaker. Let's see. I'm looking at some other. No, I think that's where it ends. I think that's where it ends. The tweets that I liked, that I was like, man, this shit was so funny. This guy, the MCU tar. Let's see. If he's got some other stuff here. No, I think he's just like constantly tweeting. So it's like these people tweet so much. It's like, bro, like it's like 1 hour ago, 2 hours ago. It's like, and I'm going through like 20 fucking tweets, man. Holy
Hmm.
shit. Oh yeah, this one. The fact that we've seen Rick Flag Sr. in every single DCU project, and the person shrugs. At least he ain't gonna be in the next two movies, but I could see him referencing Lanterns.
He could be referenced as Supergirl. He could be mentioned. He could be mentioned. He'll be mentioned, I think, in Supergirl. I mean, no, no, not Supergirl. Clayface, no. Clayface, I don't know.
This this guy, he's got a like a Robert
Okay,
Pattinson
tournament.
Batman. He goes, imagine it being no cameos. Was this like the night before? Being no cameos, and the chuds on Twitter would go boring, underwhelming episode ever.
Well,
And then he's like
well,
cat
yeah,
emoji laughing.
yeah. I mean, the Chuds don't like the show anyway because they
And then
some
this guy goes, "What did he see?"
you, did you see that guy
Saw into
post
the
a couple?
future.
You, I forget the guy's ex account, his YouTube account. I forget his name, but you see the guy defending, like, got butthurt over the Nazi storyline on X
The
getting
what?
roasted. The
The
Nazi
wait.
storyline, or Earth X storyline in episode
Oh
6.
yeah, there was a ton of people butt hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, if you got hurt over that, it shows your colors, true colors. Like, you're
Yeah,
upset.
there is. I mean, all of a sudden now people are like identifying themselves as Nazis, which is strange.
Yeah.
Very strange. They're all of a sudden now like jump into Nazis' defenses, and you're like, buddy, like, do you know what the fucking Nazis have done? What the fuck are you talking about? That you're so willing to defend them or like identify them? It's strange behavior, like
Hmm.
truly strange.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's, it's it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It
I'm
is crazy.
that guy.
CD's nuts.
And he like the now the one like see I saw the teaser for Wonder Man. I don't know if you saw,
Yeah, I
but
did too.
so obviously the Chuds are upset. They not gender band. I mean they race band the character, right? But you saw the
Yeah.
teaser, and it's like, oh no, they Marvel just added fuel to the fire there because because Simon Williams is gonna audition for a rebooted Wonder Man movie. It seems who was a white character in the show itself, inside the show.
Right.
You
I'm
see,
sure they did this intentionally because it looks like it's commentary on Marvel itself,
yeah.
which is
Uh,
strange, but okay.
they might have done it intentionally, but you know the Chargers are gonna have a field day again. It's gonna be crazy. Um, uh, I mean, I thought it was a clever teaser from Marvel, something a little
Right.
different. But I mean, they moved to January the show.
Yeah, they did, which I mean it would have played in January throughout January anyway, but yeah, I
But
thought that
we're
was
gonna
dumb
have,
that they did
we're
that.
gonna have three Disney shows in 1 year now. Again,
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
with two movies. I thought
And
they
then
said.
two animated shows, like it's a lot, man.
Did
Like
they say they were not gonna do three shows a year?
yeah, they said they weren't and they still are. This year was supposed to be the three shows and then that was it, but they moved
Yeah,
it.
Wonder Man's December. Yeah, um, yeah. I'll give Wonder Man a chance. Yeah, I'll give Wonder Man a chance too.
I'll give it a chance. I'll give everything a chance. I mean, nothing
But
about it looked bad. I was just more like,
yeah,
okay, we're gonna have an MCU show that's literally going to be a commentary about MCU shows. Like,
about
like I guess like
about a
okay, like
superhero show. Yeah, basically a superhero show.
right,
Right, MCU commentary about a superhero show about a superhero show commentary, basically, or movie,
right.
whatever. Right? They're kind of making fun of themselves in that way. Yeah, I think I thought we're gonna. I mean, I thought we're gonna get an actual trailer, but no. I
No,
guess
it was like a teaser.
I thought they're gonna drop it tomorrow because the panel is tomorrow. Why would they drop? I guess it doesn't
Maybe
matter.
they are. Maybe it will drop.
Do they usually drop a trailer right after a teaser? Maybe.
Maybe.
But yeah, I mean, it's Well, here's the thing. James Gunn rolled it. He says, "When did he film Peacemaker season 2?
Say that again.
When did James Gunn film season 2 of Peacemaker? Because
Last year, like around like the fall, I think,
okay, it had to
or it was
because he
like
filmed.
summer. I forget.
Was he filming Superman in the summer? When's like
Yeah, it
or
was like it crossed over. They were doing Superman reshoots
yeah,
with
you're right.
Peacemaker, I think.
Yeah, that's why they're able to get some of them on set, like Nicholas Hoult. Yeah,
Right.
um, right. Uh, what else? I mean, Daredevil has a new suit. They're going to be a Comic Con. Daredevil, New York. I don't understand this. And let's talk pop stuff. All right, so no, what the fuck? What else is
By
there?
the way, did anybody see what DC just announced with DCKO? That shit was like
If
completely
Vampirella, man,
unexpected.
and Miss Anya. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and the bear from beneath the trees, that one is what got me. I was like, the bear from beneath the trees, like what the hell? Like they just throw in characters in. Now I
Yeah.
wonder. I wonder because of that. A Homelander too, Homelander's there.
Make a
Um
Vampirella movie.
Sub-Zero was there. Are they going to have Marvel characters appear?
Deadpool. No, nah.
I feel like Marvel. There's gonna be a section where Marvel characters appear. A DC and Marvel KO or some bullshit crossover that just don't know yet. Because they are doing Superman and Spider-Man next year, which is around
Yeah,
the same time as this event is still going on.
the Marvel Deadpool Batman one's next month, right? Or is it this next month? Not from Marvel Comics, because the crossover Deadpool and Batman was DC a couple weeks ago. November is Marvel, right? I think. Uh, what else is there? I mean, yeah. Well, what do you think of Daredevil? It's going to be, or Daredevil and Spider-Man and Brand New Day are connected.
Say that again.
What do you think of they saying that season 2 of Daredevil Born Again and Spider-Man Brand New Day are going to be connected?
Yeah, I mean, I figured it was going to be connected
I think
to
there's a
some
good
degree.
chance. I think there's a good chance Daredevil's going to be in it.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, and they might as well. They might as well do it.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I
really
feel like
Scarlett.
If the Daredevil show, if they want it to be, get better views, then that's the way to do it, right?
Only thing is, Daredevil the show might come up before the movie. It
Right.
looks like so maybe for boost. I mean, boost the ratings for season 3 because that's happening. That's happening, and right, Scarlet Harley. And I know there's Cooper saying Florence Pugh, Yelena's gonna be in Spider Man. I don't really believe it, but it's not far fetched because
Hmm.
she's in New York. The Avengers building's in New York, and Spider Man's in New York. So it's not really such a bad. It's not really a throwaway idea where maybe she could be in it because they're in the same city. Here's my point, Blinded. If they're in the same city, there's always a chance that the character the actor plays could be big a cameo or star a bigger role in the movie, like some sort. If they're in the same city,
Right.
right? So that's always a chance. Always a chance. I won't give it 0%. Uh, but Dune 3, man, Dune 3 is gonna be it's gonna be more money than Adventure Doomsday, guys. Adventure Doomsday. It's gonna make 3 billion. Dune 3. I don't know. Like what? It's drinking the Marvel Kool Aid, man. It's weird though, Blinded. DC's releasing Superman and Minecraft 2 in the same month.
Yeah, I don't know why they would do that, but
I think, yeah. I don't think this
it
is the
seems like
case.
that month is crowded though. Like, isn't there some other movies too
Simpsons.
that are? Yeah, The
Same
Simpsons.
date.
Yeah. Oh,
Minecraft.
really? The same date? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do that? Like, I thought it would have come out in April of do the same similar thing. But like July, like yeah, there's too many movies in that. Isn't Spider-Man comes out earlier, right?
Mm-hmm. April 27 movies. I'm just checking right now. Oh, nothing. Yeah. I got nothing. April. Let's see April. April. We got some. Oh, there's an untitled fast. I don't know what that is. No, in July, in June, in July. No, that's. There's no untitled Marvel film. Marvel film, no. Let's look at this list. The untitled Marvel film is a Simpsons film now. What the hell? Okay, let me see. Scarlett Harley. Um, don't know. Oh, there's nothing really from April. May. Let's see what May says for Warner Brothers. No. All right. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they waited to release both movies.
The
Basically,
Simpsons film being the finale, probably not.
yeah.
I think it's just like they've said they were gonna do one, but it's like, could you imagine like they're doing a sequel 20 years after the first movie, and The Simpsons was already going on for like 20 years at that point, wasn't it not?
Yeah, about 20 years.
That's
Yep.
crazy. How long
Yeah,
has The
almost
Simpsons been
40.
going on now?
Like, when it come on, 89? 38 years? It'd be
I
38 years and 27, right?
Jeez, holy!
Is it the longest animated show in history?
I think so. I mean, I don't know any other one. I'm pretty sure it is Simpsons.
The only shows that have that one that long are soap operas.
Dude, I haven't watched Simpsons like in like 10
Same,
years, bro. Like,
same. I guess it still does very. I mean, it sounds like it does very well. Otherwise, it wouldn't be doing a movie.
right.
I don't
I mean,
know.
it's just such like everybody
It's
knows The Simpsons, you know what I mean? Like the day it ends or like
it,
I
it's like,
remember recently they did like a fake out or something. I'm assuming they're going to do something like that. They're going to do like
oh
a Walking Dead moment where like it's like this is the finale and nobody would have guessed it. It was just like random. That's my guess.
oh no! Like the finale is finally like years later. You finally see the old Homer, old Marge, and the kids are all grown up finally.
Yeah.
Because
I
it
mean,
kept,
they've done a couple of those types of episodes already.
yeah, but in the mainline story, I mean, if you watch The Simpsons, as real life progresses, real things in real life, right? As society changes, adapts, new things are discovered, new technology is discovered, new ways, new society is changed over the years. Simpsons usually adapts that, right? But there's one thing in common theme in The Simpsons: nobody ages and nobody died. I
Right.
mean, people die, but they don't age, right? Like grandpa should be dead. If you really think about it, nobody ages in that
Yeah,
show.
Grandpa should be dead. Nobody technically ages, yeah. It's all like days
Like
pass and it's like
Homer should be dead. I'm sorry. Like I know Homer is considered 38 years old, and if it's 40, 35 to 40 years the show's been on, I'm sorry, he would be dead because I think he would die of a heart attack. I'm sorry.
yeah, you would be dead.
Yeah, for sure. Like, Homer would not be alive without that beer drinking on unhealthy food and working at a power plant. That cannot be good for your health. Because this is going to be what the finale. I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt it, man. So when they gonna announce the Ghost of Yotai movie?
No clue. Probably after Highlander, I think.
What does it have to do with the Ghost of Tsushima movie? Is Ghost of Tsushima has been developing for 5 years?
Yeah, remember Chad Stahelski is making it. They announced it when the movie first came, or when the game came out.
Yeah, that's why I made the joke.
Yeah, now we have like a full sequel, so it's like, yeah, like
Yeah, yeah, that's sequel to a movie. It was sequel to a game. After that game came out, the movie was ridiculous. And now, and so so Brad Winterbum says Foggy's returning to Daredevil. So he basically spoiled it. I guess it's on purpose.
No, did he say? Did he say he is coming back? I thought he said I don't. He's not coming back.
Marvel confirms
What
Alden
did he
House will
say?
return to Foggy in Daredevil.
So he is coming back. Say that again.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Marvel TV boss Brad Winterbum has confirmed in an exclusive interview with Entertainment Weekly that fan favorite character will appear in season 2 of Disney Plus series, despite recent conflict report.
Yeah, I
So
figured he would come back. I mean, it didn't. I mean, well, what degree? Like in a flashback
he
or
didn't say. He just said it was come back,
yeah?
right?
Because I think he's not. I think he's not dead. That's my theory.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't really make sense based on like what was established in the show. Like it seemed like it was like a fake out death, and he's like in hiding and stuff. Because it's like I know
Yeah.
like Matt was like depressed and stuff, but it was like
Was it?
yeah,
Wasn't
he was
he?
depressed, but it's not like really a. It's like I guess he did talk to that one therapist about
Wasn't
him being dead, but I don't know. I feel like that was gonna be the twist that he was in hiding.
wasn't Foggy about to blow everything up for Vanessa Fisk because Wilson Fisk was
Yeah,
out
she
of
was
that.
gonna. He was gonna. Yeah, expose all of this, and then she hired Bullseye, and then that's why
And
Bullseye
so, so maybe
took
he
him
kind
out.
of knew about it, right? Knew about the assassination, the hit on him.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I understand, but like Matt Murdock in a situation because that really destroyed Matt Murdock, right? To the point where he couldn't be Daredevil again, right? Um, I mean, how's Daredevil? How's Matt going to take that?
Right.
So is he gonna embrace Foggy's back, or is it gonna be hard, or is it gonna take time for him? To me, he should embrace him right away. He should take time because of what he went through. He doesn't. You don't heal that
Right.
quickly from that. You don't forgive for stuff like that, right? Like, you don't
Right.
forgive. Um, Eventually, he will forgive because that's what heroes do, right? That's what heroes do. Uh, yeah. So, what do you think about this? People are upset at Punisher's gonna be toned down in Brand New Day. I'm like, dude, it's a PG
What
13
did you
movie.
expect?
Yeah.
Like, what did you expect? It's a PG-13 movie. Like, no shit. Like there,
It's nice.
people are like, what people are like, people are really retarded, eh? Like they're like, what's the point and shit? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like the character will never interact with Spider-Man elsewhere. Like this is the only opportunity. Yes, like the character
Yeah.
is being handicapped, but it's like, well, he's interacting with Spider-Man. That's not gonna happen again for quite some time in live
Especially
action.
especially in a mature rated R setting. Sorry. Marvel Zombies does
Yeah,
not give you Marvel Zombies does not give you optimism that Spider-Man's gonna be in the rated R thing or mature
I
thing.
mean,
No.
I'm sure they would like Sony wouldn't mind doing a Spider-Man project that was rated R, but they're not gonna make Spider-Man 4 a rated R movie.
No.
Duh.
They don't want to alienate the kids. Like they don't
No,
want
yeah, like what I don't know. Some people I feel like they just it's like again, it was similar to that DCKO. It's like, oh, here's a cool thing, and everybody goes, "What's the point? This is stupid." Blah blah blah.
if
Like you guys, you guys, if none of this would happen, you guys will complain. Why don't we get this shit? You know,
yeah,
like fuck you. You guys are a bunch of complainers. Like, just have fun, bro. Like, it's
these
not that fucking serious.
these
Like,
people have to understand, right?
seriously.
It isn't serious. People have to understand. You know, if people say Superman is like it's meant for kids, children.
Well,
Spider-Man's the
yeah, it
ultimate.
is.
Spider-Man's the ultimate kids, children thing, right? Like,
The entire genre is for kids. Like, let's
yeah,
be honest. Like, it appeals to adults mostly because of nostalgia, right? We
yeah,
all grew up with this stuff.
because they
That's
read
why
as
we
kids.
continue
Yeah,
it.
I read as kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, no, duh. That's gonna be the primary demographic. But it's like, You know, obviously they know like Punisher has a history with Spider-Man. And it wasn't like he was a mature rated character right off the bat in a Spider-Man comic. Duh.
No.
Like what the hell are these people talking about? Like it's there for fan service. Okay? Like I hate when people act like, "Oh, I'm above it." Like and then they complain when there's no fan service. So fuck you. Like you guys are going to eat this shit up anyway. You guys are going to go to the movies theater. Like I'm just so sick of these stupid like idiots, man. Like just you're gonna and they complain. They're like, "Oh, it's slop and shit." Meanwhile, they're the one paying for a ticket. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm sorry, man.
They're gonna see it. Well, they're
Yeah,
gonna see
100%
it.
they're gonna see it.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. I mean, it doesn't mean the character could change, right? I would see it's not going to be as gory, right? Obviously, but the personality can still be the same, and his morals, how Punisher views things, still conflicts with Spider-Man because Spider-Man and Daredevil have very similar morals, right? Values,
Right,
and right, and the difference is Punisher. The difference is Daredevil is an adult. Spider-Man is still a
right.
kid. Talk about team. I
Well,
mean,
he's a young adult
yeah.
now. Yeah,
I mean, like Punisher doesn't really change it philosophy wise, right?
right,
Like, right? It conflicts with his philosophy. His philosophy still conflicts with Spider-Man. And it's not like he's teaming up with fucking Wolverine, okay? And even still, Wolverine does kill, but Wolverine is even more forgiving, more more in control. Like I don't want to say his control. Is even he has better morals than Punisher in a way, right? Like
right.
right? It's not. It's just Punisher is. He's just a lunatic. There's a
Yeah, he
reason why.
is. Wasn't the first Marvel and DC crossover? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why they're doing it. It's for the fifth and the 50th anniversary.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it's 50 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I
In
didn't
this
know
in
that.
the what late mid 70s? Sorry, mid 70s they did the crossover.
Oh, nice. I mean, it makes sense. Superman and Spider-Man are they're the perfect combo. They're together. They would fit perfectly. Perfectly.
Right. Yeah, it was pretty obvious that they were gonna do that. I mean, so many people predicted it because it's
Mm-hmm.
like when you read Deadpool and Batman, there was no crossover with Spider-Man or
Mm.
Superman. And I'm trying to think, is there Aquaman was not in the crossover. There
No,
was
no,
yeah.
no.
So I'm sure that might be like there's gonna be like backup because I'm like blanking. I don't think Iron Man. I mean, you did see Iron Lantern, who is like the amalgam a
Mm-hmm.
character of like Green Lantern and Iron Man, but I don't think Iron Man was in the crossover, and I don't think they're in the DC crossover, the one that comes out in November. So they're obviously were saving characters for that. It was like pretty obvious that there's characters missing that people wanted to see. So we'll get those characters in the Superman Spider-Man crossover. But I really do think though that DC and Marvel the DCKO, I think that is going to because I remember Degrassi was saying this too that they're going to lead to like a bigger crossover, like an actual like event crossover, right? Not these like one shot stuff. And after with that DCKO announcement, I really do think they're setting up some Marvel crossover event or Marvel characters will appear in that DCKO. We'll have to see.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would be interesting if they did like a giant like tournament with Marvel and DC characters. I haven't read DCKO. I'm gonna get it tomorrow, but I got spoiled because yeah, there's a pretty big character who gets benched.
Oh,
they're not in it. Which I guess looking at what they announced, like all the series, I guess it makes sense.
it's Batman, probably. No, it's not Batman. They wouldn't
I'm not
knock
gonna
that.
say anything. I won't say anything.
Oh, okay, if it is.
I mean, I'll tell you in the chat, but
Okay, you tell me.
actually, do you care about spoilers? Does anybody care
Not
about
really.
spoilers?
Oh,
Yeah, it is Batman. They benched
oh,
Batman.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I was watching a review and the person didn't want to spoil it, but I didn't think it was gonna be Batman. And then I saw it on the Twitter and I was like, oh shit, Batman's the one who got benched. And I'm like, well, I guess that makes sense. Because he's in everything now, so they're like, they gotta bench him.
If it doesn't do well, people are gonna be like, it would have done better if Batman was in it. Oh no! What happened? What happened? Batman will be back. Oh, he just left. Oh no! What happened to Blinded? Grand Merchant. Is it Grand? Right? Grand Merchant. All right. We'll see if Blinded comes back. We're gonna be on for 15 more minutes anyway. Blinded a fraud. uh, uh, okay, let's see if it comes back. But I don't know. If it doesn't come back, we'll end it. We'll be on for 15, maybe 10, 15 minutes. I'm watching the game 5 of the ALCS with Detroit and Seattle. I know Red wants Seattle to win. Mariners. Fuck. All right. He wants the Mariners to win, obviously. So Blinded got raptured. Go Angels. Oh, you're an Angels fan? They suck. What are you, a Mike Trout fan? Are you a Mike Trout fan? Ah. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, okay. That's fine. The phone died. Oh, it's okay, Blinded. I'll end it here, guys. Blinded. We'll talk tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Make sure to like, share, comment below. Take care, guys. My phone died too, by the way, but I'm not on my phone.
Too sweet! Sweet! Too sweet! Too sweet!